All right, let's get to three things to know about COVID this morning. Number one, beginning this evening, new appointments can be reserved at local Safeway and Albertsons stores. They just got shipments of the Johnson & Johnson one-dose vaccines. There'll be 200 appointments per store, and they start tomorrow morning, but you can sign up at 5 o'clock tonight on the Albertsons Pharmacy website. Number two, Oregon reaches a vaccine milestone. The state has now given out 1 million doses. And with those administered, nearly 366,000 people are now fully vaccinated. The state is averaging about 22,000 doses a day. And number three, a new survey reveals stress-related dental conditions on the rise. Great. A majority of dentists say they've seen an uptick in people grinding and clenching their teeth since the onset of COVID. Over half of the dentists say they're seeing cracked teeth and jaw pain. And those are your three things to know about COVID right now. No fun.